Hello manga and anime lovers, I'm Branch, and today I'm going to be talking about How to Become Ordinary, Episode 9. I think this episode was probably the best in the entire show so far, and strictly because it was a tense psychological battle between Kobato and Osanai, and Kobato trying to solve Osanai's mystery. Kind of like the Charlotte episode where Kobato made a mystery and Osanai solved it. Except this time the mystery is a little bit more serious. Now I'm not going to get into the minutiae of the mystery because there's a whole lot to it and it goes back and forth between the two. I just really like the flow of the episode because the main premise is that, as we suspected last time, Osanai is the one who kidnapped herself. She set up the kidnapping. I think I mentioned that a couple episodes ago. But it was a little bit more than that because the girl who Kengo was trying to help was the one who worked with Osanai to help them both get out of Isawa's bad graces, to get Isawa arrested basically, so that she would be out of the picture because she was threatening them both. Because it turns out Osanai helped this girl get out of the gang back in middle school, and then Isawa first thought the girl ratted her out, then she realized Osanai ratted her out. I think the girl told her. And so that's where this whole thing got sent into motion, and Osanai basically played this girl like a fiddle in order to get them both out of this dangerous situation. Just the process of seeing Kobato go through this deduction that he really honestly didn't want to do because he doesn't like suspecting his friends that much. I think it's a major difference in how we've seen him in every other mystery so far, where he's excited to solve it. In this one, the closer he gets to solving it, the less excited he gets. Not particularly because of what Osanai did, but because Osanai didn't rely on him for help. She threw out these clues and made him solve the mystery in order to come help her when she could have been seriously injured. And the more you understand it, the more you realize that she really didn't have that much leeway to get herself out of trouble. I mean, I'm sure there were things she could have done, but this is what she defaulted on because it's what she's most used to, manipulating the people around her to get what she wants. And unfortunately, that usually tends to isolate people when you manipulate them without letting them know. And Kobato was feeling the same way at the end of the episode. I believe it's the last scene is him just looking down and sighing because he's realized that he was not able to be relied on to help his friend. And I think that's definitely what's going to move into the climax of the season next episode, where maybe we might learn about what happened in middle school. Maybe for Osanai, dealing with this gang is what made her want to become ordinary. I don't know what Kobato's reason was, but I'm sure we'll find out eventually. I've heard rumors that the show is getting a season 2, so we'll probably learn a lot more when that comes out. But really, this entire episode was a masterclass in tension. The way Osanai was basically at first denying it, whatever Kobato was saying, even though we know what Kobato was saying was right. And then it turns out Kobato was not entirely right when the other girl came into the area. She was watching outside because Osanai knew Kobato was probably going to solve the mystery, because this entire thing has been a completely super well laid out plan. And Osanai has just been puppeteering this entire thing. And I really like this because not only does it make a lot of the conveniences of the last episode make a lot more sense, like I expected it would, but it also really shows Osanai's true personality and why she wants to become ordinary, because she's kind of nasty when she's like this. She's a bit dysfunctional, I would say, as a human being, because she doesn't trust anybody except for herself. Like, she trusts Kobato to solve the mystery, but she trusts in his skills, not in him as a person. Like, even the Sweets tour was all set up for this. And it really puts a damper on their relationship, especially since Kobato was comparing them to two people who were dating a couple episodes ago. And now he's forced to realize that he was probably the only one who thought that they were genuinely going out and having a good time. Though I suspect he's a little bit wrong in that, because I think Osanai is genuine. She's just also manipulative while she's being genuine. It's really weird, but I'm really beginning to like it. I kind of wish we had had something like this way sooner in the season, like with the first big mystery, but better late than never. So I assume next episode will be the climax of these two emotions and their relationship, and we'll see how they resolve all this, because I really do want to know. And then hopefully we'll get to see if Kengo's alive or not. I assume he is, but dang, we haven't heard a single peep from him since he got taken away in an ambulance. Now that's about it for me for this episode. Again, not a lot to talk about because a lot of it was details that I honestly don't remember. There's so much that I couldn't recite it here, and there's no reason for me to anyways. But I really like the presentation, really like the tension between the two, and I really like seeing Osanai finally being what we were promised in the first mystery, a ruthless, cold-hearted manipulator, while also being genuine at the same time and not completely doing a 180 from her previous personality. And I think actually we had a little bit of a hint in this in the first mystery when she met Kengo again and she pretended to be her twin sister or something, which basically shows that her first instinct is to try and manipulate someone when something she doesn't like is happening. Or she's surprised. Alright, well, now I'm really going to go. That's all from me. Really like this episode. I'm really going to like the finale, I'm sure. And then I'll look forward to season 2. See ya!